Accounts Payable Audit and Fraud Investigation using IDEA version 10. When working with IDEA software or any computer audit procedures, there are potential risks associated with accounts payable that can be addressed. 1. Payments are made to unauthorized suppliers. 2. Payments are made to individuals or employees. 3. Unauthorized premiums are given to suppliers. 4. Invoices are paid late. 5. Invoices are paid on irregular dates. 6. Invoices are processed twice. 7. Payments are made in a way to be undetected by audits. 8. Items are missing. The potential tests that can help address those risks will include: first, mechanical accuracy and valuation, such as checking transaction totals to the balance on each account. Second, analysis, by stratifying the size of payments and extracting any exceptional high payments. Third, exception tests, existence and validity, to unauthorized suppliers by matching the payments and authorized suppliers lists. And last, gaps and duplicates, to test for missing items or gaps and the check number sequence. Let's take a look at this case scenario. Chief Financial Officer of Bright Ideas Incorporation is concerned that a particular member of the Accounts Payable Department is living beyond his means, and that the pattern of payments does not correlate to the previous years. Dynamic Accountants is performing a special review of the accounts payable system to test for irregularities. There are two main sources of data for audit: accounts payable history for the year January 1, 2015 to December 31, 2015, and supplier master file. Let's now move on to the actual application. First, open IDEA, and then create a project. To create a project, click the Home tab, and then from the Projects group, click Create. Create a managed project called Accounts Payable, and then click OK. Accounts Payable becomes the active project, closing any previously active projects. From the Home tab, click Properties to change the project properties. In the project properties, dialog appears Report Name. We will type Accounts Payable, and the investigation report period would be January 1, 2015 to December 31, 2015. For the next step, please be sure to copy the following data files that came with the workbook: data files ACCPay 2015 TXT and supplier XLS. The next step involves importing data. We will import the accounts payable data. Again, from the Home tab in the Import group, click Desktop to access the Import Assistant. Select TXT and click the Browse button to navigate to and select the file ACCPay2015.txt from the Source Files folder within the Project folder. Click Open on the Select File dialog box, then click Next. Once the data has been selected, the Import Assistant will try to determine the data file type. Following screen is displayed and the delimited format is correctly identified. Click Next to proceed. The Import Assistant will try to determine the field separators and texting cap sliders for the file except the defaults. Then click Next to proceed. Import Assistant Field Details screen is used to define each field's name and details, in turn including identifying which fields or areas should not be included. Let's name the first field. Type SUPPNO, which will be referencing the supplier number. We will title the field name Payee for the second field. The third will be Invoice. The fourth will be INV_date. Make sure to select this as a date type and display the correct date mask YY, YY, MM, DD. Click to the next field. The next field will be our amount field. It will be a type numeric and we will give it 2 decimals. Click Next. The sixth field, we will select Not to Import because it is blank. To the next field, This will be our check field, also of numeric type. We will make sure it has 0 decimals. The next field will be our pay underscore date field. Be sure it has a type of date, and we will also give it a date mask YY, YY, MM, DD. And our final field will be our payment authorization initials, title AUTH. It will be a character field. Click Next to continue. We won't add any fields and we'll go ahead and generate the field statistics by clicking Option Available, and in the database name box we will enter accounts payable and click Finish. Next, we will import the Microsoft Excel worksheet. From the Home tab and import Group Quick Desktop, select Microsoft Excel and click the Browse button to navigate to and select the file. Select supplier.xls, click Open, then click Next. The import system will display a preview of the data and a list of any worksheets defined within the file. Click the Address worksheet and then you select Sheet to import box. Click First Row's Field Names option. In the file name box, select the default name and inner authorized supplier. Click OK. The authorized supplier address database will be imported open and selected as the active database. Next, we will generate the field statistics. Select the accounts payable database in the active database, either by double-clicking on the file name in the File Explorer or selecting the Open file. Click Field Statistics link in the Properties window. Field Statistics will be displayed. Put the date in the field type box and study the information note, in particular the earliest date and the latest date statistics. From the amount field, you can see that there are 2 zero items, easier unexpected, and should be extracted and investigated. On the date, we see there are no missing invoice dates. Click Data to return to the main window. Select the authorized supplier database and generate the field statistics for it as well. Click on the Field Statistic link in the Properties window and examine the field statistics for the authorized supplier database. Ensure that your total agree. Click Data and return to Accounts Payable database. We'll select Control Total for each data file. Select Control Total, select Amount, and click OK. Control total amount of 34,145,389 should be displayed. Select Authorized Suppliers and create control total for it as well. The total of $30,202,660.57 should be displayed. We'll close the Authorized Supplier database.
So for the next step, we will stratify the payment amounts. Sa Analysis tab, tapos sa Categorize Group, click Stratification. Sa Field to Stratify, select Amount, then sa Field to Total On, check natin yung amount. So confirm lang natin na yung increment is set to 10,000. Next, click natin yung first row of the spreadsheet area, which will fill in with 0 to 10,000. So click and drag down to row 10. You'll notice na the bands will automatically fill with the increment. Then, palitan natin yung increment to 50,000 and complete the final 2 bands, tapos click lang yung OK. And the results of the stratification are displayed in a new stratification results output of the database window. Tapos, inspect natin yung results output to the amount field. So, if you want to preview the stratification report, click lang yung Print Preview button on the Operations toolbar. Tapos kapag kinlik mo naman yung View Results Art button, pwede ka mamili sa 3D or 2D to select preferred view. As we would expect, kung makikita sa records na field yung mga naka-blue, merong large number ng low-value payments na papaunti papuntang high-value payments. However, kung mapapansin, there is an exceptionally high number of payments sa $70,000 to $80,000 bands. So, from 61, naging 84 bigla yung records. So, click natin tong cell na to, then select Display Records. So, lilitaw yung detailed records that compromise any strata. Now, if you want to redo the stratification task, perhaps to change some of the stratum ranges, you do not have to start over. Click lang natin yung rerun task sa analysis to change any of the intervals or increments. Tapos click OK or cancel to return to the results output. Next, babalik tayo sa data view, so click sa data under properties. As a result of the analysis, nakita nga natin na may unusually high number of payments between 70,000 and 80,000. Now, click natin yung direct extraction dito sa analysis tab. So, using the accounts payable database, i-extract natin yung lahat ng high and unusual payments. So, click lang sa equation editor button, then the equation editor will appear. So, gagamitin natin to enter the required equation. In this case, yung equation natin ay amount is greater than 70,000 and amount is less than 80,000 or amount is greater than 100,000. So, check the syntax by clicking the validate button. Next, click validate and exit. Tapos, click lang din yung OK to run the extraction. So, dapat may makita tayong 87 records totaling 6,850,932.26. So, close the unusual and high payment database. This time, hahanapin naman natin yung payments with cash in payee name. Same procedure as before, sa analysis tab, click lang uli yung direct extract, then change the file name to cash in payee name. Click on the equation editor, pero this time, access first the up functions dito sa bandang right side. Tapos, select natin yung @ISIN function. So, insert cash in quotes. And then, select @strip function. Tapos, payee naman ilalagay natin. So, tulad kanina, check lang natin uli yung syntax and exit the equation editor by clicking the validate and exit button. So, do not run the extraction yet. Huwag mo muna i-click yung OK. Next, we will check for round sum payments. So, click lang yung second, tapos palitan yung file name to round sum amounts, then click the equation editor button. To extract all around sum amounts in the thousands, yung equation natin will be amount modulus 1,000 equals 0. So, select the mods button para ma-insert yung percentage symbol sa equation. So, the equation will result in items where the remainder when dividing by 1,000 is 0. Click lang uli yung validate and exit button and again, do not run the extraction yet. Next, i-check naman natin yung payments authorized by Manager HMV. Change lang uli yung file name to authorized, then same procedure as before to extract all payment authorized by HMV. Yung equation natin ay at upper function, saka at strip function with the auth field as the property. Then sa labas ng function, add naman ng equal sign and put the authorizer HMV in the quotes. So, same lang kanina, check yung syntax, tapos click validate and exit button. So, again, do not run the extractions yet. Next, we'll test for payments processed on Sunday. Same lang uli ng gagawin, pero yung equation natin ngayon will be at DOW tapos click pay date under field tapos put equal to 1. Then check ng syntax and click validate and exit button. Now, finally, click na natin yung OK to run all 4 extractions with a single pass to the database. So, note na yung cash and payee name ay yung active database. Other databases must be open from the file explorer na makikita nyo sa left side. So, sa right side, iyan, makikita natin uli under properties yung control total.
These databases show that many are authorized by HMB and BST and that payee name is not consistent with the supplier number. There are many zero value of checks and many greater than the maximum authorization limit of 20,000 for HMB. And on Sunday, 25 were authorized by HMB. We right-click and close all the databases. Next, we'll run Benford's Law analysis. From the Analysis tab in the Explorer group, click Benford's Law. First, we'll open the Advanced menu. Because the database that we are working is only 999 records, kailangan natin i-adjust yung settings kasi yung Benford's Law nakaset siya regularly at 1,000. Click OK to proceed. Select the amount field as the field to analyze. Accept the other default options to include values that are positive, show boundaries, mean absolute distribution, and perform all 7 analysis types. Then click OK to perform the analysis. For the results window to become active, the other databases must be opened from the File Explorer window. Open the Benford first digit IMD file. From the Analysis tab in the Categorize group, click Chart to grab the data. Y fields list box, select Actual. In the X-axis title field, enter digit sequence. In the Y-axis title field, enter count. In the chart title field, enter amount dash first digit dash positive. Then click OK. The chart data results output becomes active. The first digit graph shows a spike in the digit 7 results. This is a high-level test. This is a test of goodness of fit to see if the first digit actual proportions conform to Benford's law. The first digit test is an overall test of reasonableness. Click the data link in the Properties window to return to Benford's first digit database that was created as part of this analysis. The difference field shows the difference between the expected occurrences of the digits and the actual occurrences of the digits. When the difference field is indexed in descending order, the digit 7 results show the largest positive difference. Close the Benford first digit database, then open the Accounts Payable database, and select Pin for the results area of the Properties window. To view the first 2-digit graph, click on the button in the Results toolbar. 79, 76, and 75 2-digit combination spikes are clearly viewable in this graph. Look at the transaction's ticket price of 79 2-digit combination by clicking on the graph and selecting Display Records. Notice the number of transactions just under the $80,000 approval limit. Of the 22 transactions that make up the 79 2-digit combination, 17 are between $79,000 and $80,000. Each of the payables clerk authorized some of the 17 transactions, but HMB was responsible for the bulk of these transactions, having authorized 8 out of 17. Then open the Benford first 3 digits database. The first 3 digits test is a highly focused test that will give the analysis relatively smaller sections due to abnormal duplication. Index the difference field in descending order. The 750-digit combination has the largest negative difference. We'll right-click the database accounts payable and select Close All Databases. Next, we'll test for duplicate payments. Open the accounts payable database. From the Analysis tab, click Duplicate Key, then Detection. There are two options: Output Duplicate Records or Output Records without duplicates. For this test, select Output Duplicate Records to get a database containing any records that are duplicated. Click the Key button and select the following fields: S, U, P, P, and O in ascending order, an amount in descending order. Then click OK. Do not specify a criteria for the test and enter the result file name as duplicate payments. Then click OK in the Duplicate Key Detection dialog box to run the test and view the results of the database of duplicate payments. There are 5 duplicate records shown, including 3 payments of $75,000 to supplier M100 and 2 payments of $145.50 to supplier P007 payments database. To test supplier numbers with multiple payee names, from the Analysis tab, click Duplicate Key, then Exclusion. In the Duplicate Key Exclusion dialog box, enter the following settings: Fields to match, S, U, P, P, and O, field name that must be different, payee, and file name S, U, P, P, and O multiple payees. Click OK to perform the test. There are 120 records for the same supplier number that have different payee names. These records total $4,524,529.75. Then close the SUPP and O multiple payees database. That concludes the Accounts Payable Audit of Fraud Investigation. Thank you!